Hey, welcome back everybody. Today we're gonna look at some pistol stuff, in particular bulged cases. Now, any of you that are familiar with Glocks know that they will bulge a case. So we can show you how to fix this and show you how to avoid that and make reloading a little bit easier and safer for you. So stick around and let's get to it. So for those of you who know about this, this is probably not new news, but for those of you who don't, Glock, the reason that they are so reliable is they have a chamber that is slightly sloppier than, say, an aftermarket barrel. This one here in particular is a Lone Wolf. And you can take any factory ammo and Glocks will just eat it. They'll just eat anything you throw at them. The problem is because the chamber is slightly larger in diameter, it bulges the case on the brass. Now this is 9mm, that's all I shoot is 9mm. Where on a factory barrel, this is actually probably real hard to see. It's up just a tiny bit above where it would normally feed into a Glock. This is nice and low, sits in there perfect. So you can measure this. This is a factory round here, factory Hornady round. Now I've got some here, and these measure out at .388. And these were fired out of a Lone Wolf barrel. This one here is not. This was a Glock, and this particular one is .391. So when we're looking at taking the bulge out of this, there's actually a really simple way to do that. And let's take a look at this tool we've got here. So this here is actually a die for a 9mm Makarov. And it works perfect for debulging a case for a 9mm Luger. It comes with this little stem here, not a typical shell holder, because it actually has to shove it up through the body of this die. And this just catches everything that you push through it. So we'll take this one here. I'm going to measure this here real quick. And this one here is the 388. These are all tapered cases. So that's 3.388 there. And this other one that was shot out of a Glock is .391. Real quick, notice that on a dial caliper here you have a cutout here, and it's really important when you measure cases, tapered cases, that you get that head of the case up inside that recessed area so that you're not skewing your numbers, especially on a 9mm, by actually catching that case head. What you want is that case bulge to be the point of measurement. So just something to think about. So this is really simple. All you're going to do is push this up in here. This thing almost goes through on its own just like that. And oops, dropping stuff. Pop that up through there and take the other one here, and that did not go up there nearly as far, and it would probably take a little bit more effort, and it did. Now, we can remeasure both of these and see what they come up with. That one is 388. And this one came out at 389. So not absolutely perfect, but nonetheless much better. So Lee makes these. They're called a Bulge Buster. Redding also makes a set, and you can get them for several different calibers. Same with Lee. The price for the Lee is much more reasonable. I've been using this for about probably going on 4 years now. So any brass I pick up at the range that people have left behind, I always try to make sure to run all that brass after inspecting it through this here to make sure that I don't have any bulged cases, and then they're good to go. All of my plinking shooting or competition shooting I do with Lone Wolf barrels. They're a rifled barrel, and so I can shoot lead through them and things like that, which is pretty common for competitive shooting. As to, you know, the Glock barrels are not. They don't recommend lead. And I'll try to pronounce the name. I think it's polygonal barrel or rifling, but I probably got that wrong. Somebody will correct me in the comments below. But either way, now for protection carry, I do put the Glock barrels back in because I don't have to worry about any ammo. If there's any slight deformities or anything like that, anything goofy, the Glock barrel will just eat that stuff up. I won't have to worry about jamming or anything weird. Now, of course, if I'm doing all my own reloading for competitive shooting, I've gone through the steps. I don't really ever have any problems with jamming. About the worst thing I ever have is maybe a primer or something that doesn't fire off. But either way, really cool tool. I thought you guys should see it for all you pistol shooters out there who shoot Glocks. You know, if you're shooting Springfields or something like that, it's not really quite the issue that it is with a Glock. But again, it's kind of a trade-off. You're either going to get a gun that'll just eat anything you throw at it, or, you know, you could wind up with a finicky situation where, you know, a gun might like a certain type of ammo or something, or if you're reloading and you have a slightly bulged case, it may not feed quite as well. So anyways, that's all I have for this little series here, but pretty cool stuff. Again, been using it for a long time now. Works great every time I use it, and turns out some really, really nice ammo. So if you like one of these, just go on Midway. They have them on Midway, or just you know, go right to Lee website. I'll put a link below for a couple different places that I've seen these for sale. So anyways, hey, thanks for watching. If you like it, give it a thumbs up and share it. See you next time.